friends all around the world, we are so excited you are here with us to celebrate the Snow Dance Kit video hop. We have amazing guests, we have amazing inspiration, we have a lineup that will knock your socks off. And this is the kit. And I would like to start showing you what is inside the kit. So this is what it looks like when it comes to your house. And you can see we have a color scheme which is red and blue and gray and white, because that is a nice winter combination. That was what we thought. And it comes in this see-through pouch, so you can always see what you got inside. We start with some peppermint icicle from Trendy Twine, which is white and blue and red. And Trendy Twine has awesome quality. And then we have some pretty pink posh sequins. Paulina put together a nice mix, again with white and blue and red. And we have some enamel stickers. We also have some chipboard pieces again. We have this large snowflake, deer head, sentiments, and some tiny pieces with images on them. And then we have that snowflake die that cuts three different parts. You will see that in later videos. We have a mini stamp set with a Santa, a deer, some presents, and some sentiments. And we have this 6x6-inch stencil, which is super high quality, very sturdy, and easy to use with paste. And we have 12 different pattern papers, which are 5.8 by 5.8 inches. And you can see we have patterns with different languages like French, English, German, and Spanish. And with the papers, we also went for blue and red and white, and also added a little bit of teal and gray and a bit of green, because I know many of you love to combine red and green. And we wanted to add that option as well. All the back sides of the papers have those stripes, so you have one pattern that goes through the entire pack of paper, and then on the A sides you have different patterns. I started for my card stamping Rudolph, and I wanted paper pieces pullovers, so that was why I stamped him on that pattern paper to fuzzy cut that out and adhere that to the Rudolph later. I will be doing some Copic coloring, so that was why I used some Memento Tuxedo black ink. And as you can see, I just cut all the way through the edge to the edge with the sweater. And then I used a Copic multiliner to really give it a sharp black edge. And I used a Copic multiliner because I will be adding some shading with Copics as well on that one. And as you can see, I did some coloring with my Copics on the deer. And I am not a super colorista, so not like Kelly from our team. She rocks, she really rocks the Copics, or just like Kathy Rakusin. There are so many Copic artists out there. I'm not one of them, so I just go with what feels good to me. As you can see, I scribbled down some colors to see what would go well for the deer. And I do have some favorite color combinations, but not with the brown ones. I think I need to get more Copics to have more option in the... I don't think I have enough of the E ones. So this is what I noticed when I colored the deer. But you can use all the coloring mediums that you like. You could also use your Zig Clean Color Real brush markers or your watercolors, or you could just go with some colored pencils, whatever you like. I just think that Copics give such a nice blending, so I wanted to use them. In my world, this is Rudolph, so he got a red nose, of course, and I tried to get some shading on that super tiny area, but I think the smaller the area, the harder the blending, so I just stopped doing that and decided to use a white gel pen later to add some highlights. Then I adhered the pullover to Rudolph and used some gray colors. I used C3 and C5, and later I went in with some C7 as well, just to give it a little bit of shading, because I thought Rudolph is shaded, and although I love paper piecing a lot, I think even the paper piece stuff can have a little shading. So that was what I did to have some really dark areas. Of course, when you have a blue and white paper and you add some gray color, you do not have the crisp white anymore on that. But that was fine with me, because if you wear a white pullover and you get a photo and there are shadows, the shadows won't be white. So I didn't care. I fuzzy cut that and left a little white border, but super tiny. And then I used the stencil with some texture paste, which is from a very cheap company, and it was super liquid, and I added some baby powder to give it a little more thickness, and that worked pretty fine. I have this for ages now. And then I carefully, really carefully used my heat gun because I didn't want it to bubble up. And then I went for distress inks, and I love how this turned out because the paste did take a little bit of the ink, but not too much. So you get a really defined look with that ink over the paste because well, the ink gets a little darker where the paste was, so around the paste, and it really makes the snowflakes stand out in a really subtle and beautiful way. I love how this turned out, and it looks like a night sky. And I used tumbled glass and a stormy sky to have, sorry for my head in the picture, and a stormy sky, and went from right to left. So I just faded in some of the blues from the right to the left, and the paste wasn't all over the card, but I kept the paste on the right side as well. And then I used some super tiny strips of pattern paper from the kit. These are the striped pattern. No, one is the striped pattern, which is the same pattern like the pullover or the sweater from the reindeer. And then I also took a super thin stripe of red pattern paper because I thought that a little red is on his nose, and then we could have a little more red to pull the card together and make it one piece, you know. And as you can see, I also picked out the sentiment, which is from the chipboard pieces from the kit, and it says warm wishes. And I thought Rudolph with his nice warm sweater in the cold winter scene would work well with the sentiment. Rudolph looks a little funny because I thought he was dancing, but he can also be used to sit on something, so I used the stripes to place him on. He's sitting there dreaming of a beautiful winter night, I don't know. And then I used the chipboard with some multi-matte medium, Ranger multi-matte medium to adhere that. And that nearly finished the card. I just used some Wink of Stella clear glitter pen on the snowflakes and also on Rudolph's nose, and that finished off the card. I think it adds a little detail, but I had to be careful because the distress inks do react with the Wink of Stella liquid, so I wanted to make it really quick and not move the ink around. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the first stop of your hop, and I hope you are excited about the kit just as much as we are. Please stop by on our Facebook page, like us, and give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And your next stop on the hop will be Vicky with an amazing card waiting for you. So please click on the screen right now to get to Vicky. See you soon. Thanks for watching.